Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Tho and Happy, taking place here on Autumn Leaves. Tho choosing Night Elf, spotting as the red Night Elf player on the bottom left-hand side of the map, going up against Happy, who, well, playing Undead on the top right. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to the 8 times speed. Let's just see what the heroes are. I don't see anything too unorthodox. Altar of Darkness gonna be a Death Knight, going up against a Keeper of the Grove. All right, in games past or more recently in the meta, I've been seeing a much more Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter being able to keep, well, the undead in check by limiting their mana, a great effect. Chinese tournament circuit still uses the old version of Autumn Leaves, by the way. All right, thank you for the update. And as well, now that I'm also, yeah, this is part of the Chinese circuit as well. So this is a NetEase replay, meaning not part of the W3 champions, meaning that the zoom is set a little bit closer and there's no way for me to zoom out. But I believe Blizzard will be trying to address that in the next PTR, or have addressed that in the PTR patch, and should be made public soon. Maybe that's why Keeper of the Grove, not a Demon Hunter. Oh, yeah. Maybe that could be the reason there. All right, Keeper of the Grove, gonna, well, try and chase down that skeletal minion, trying to get to level 2, not able to do so. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Treant's going after that Frost Wolf right there, and that is gonna give the Keeper of the Grove access to Entangle. Here is that harassment strategy that has become so popular with that Keeper of the Grove meta shift, perhaps trying to go after an Acolyte or two. No, Treant, yep, trying to go after an Acolyte or two. And if you are able to take down an Acolyte, well, that does stop some of the mining that goes on happening, as the Keeper of the Grove does have enough mana for an Entangle, but has not been able to cast one down, especially with the Death Knight nearby with that 200 hit point burst heal. Coming back down to the south here, we are seeing Tho setting up an expansion here in this, well, forward position on Autumn Leaves, as opposed to this, well, further away, rather aggressive while teching the tier 2. This is highly aggressive against the Emperor, and will Happy somehow be able to capitalize on all of this. We are looking at the Treants getting taken down here. One Treant has been taken down. The Acolytes look like they're able to mine without they're able to mine, but they do need to be microed quite a bit, as the Tree of Life is now end up getting pressured by Happy. All right, Entangle onto a Ghoul. There's a canceling of that Tree of Life. Ghoul does end up getting taken out. 24 supply compared to 29. Army sizes are relatively similar, as Acolytes and Ghouls are getting taken, or not Acolytes, Archers and Ghouls are getting taken down all over the place. Skeletal minions trying to finish off some of those Wisps. Death Knight able to finish off an Archer with a Death Coil, as the Wisps want to set up a new Tree of Life here, and they would prefer to do it here so that the Tree of Life doesn't need to walk into position, but that really did expose it to Happy's harassment. All right, Moonwell. Well, it might be a low hit point Moonwell. The Death Knight perhaps going to try and get a Death Coil off on that Wisp right there, or it could turn into a Moonwell again. So much damage. There's a Death Coil saving up another low hit point Ghoul, as well as a quick detonation. I believe that the detonation accidentally saved that Ghoul. Not 100% sure, as the Death Knight now going after the Archer once more. Archer, well, not going to be able to really clear back out here. Wisp is getting into position. Archer, is it going to be able to Shadow Meld in time? No, it is not. It gets taken down, and both sides are suffering rather large losses. 23 supply army compared to 22 at this stage in the game, as Tree of Ages is done, and we are now looking as a Demon Hunter as that follow-up hero. Coming back around, Death Knight now looking to retreat back off to the north here. Archers trying to follow it up as well. Skeletal minions absorbing a little bit of damage, looking to fall back again, as we are looking at the Lich as that second hero coming across from the undead. Big aggressive plays by both sides. However, Halls of the Dead now done. No tech to tier 3, but we are getting up a graveyard. Finally, still no slaughterhouse. So Happy is quite a bit behind. Didn't, immediately start his Black Citadel upgrade and a slaughterhouse and that Lich. getting trained up, perhaps needing to replace some of those lost ghouls as well. Demon Hunter in that frontline position already has a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3. Will be getting up to 5 armor once I believe he gets up to level 2. Very, very, well, tanky frontline hero in that he can absorb damage, just not a lot of spell damage as his overall hit points is relatively low. All right, coming back around the other side, Death Knight, Lich heading back off to the north here. Murloc Flesh Eater doing a little bit of chasing still as the Forest Trolls continuing to poke out a bit of damage. Well, Tree of Life now waiting to be completed. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2 does have Mana Burn, and will he perhaps try and Mana Burn that Death Knight? Who's going to get the experience there? Well, Mana Burn onto, or Frost Nova onto the Demon Hunter. There's a Mana Burn right there. Only a 50-point Mana Burn, though, as there are Hippogriff Riders now in the air, ready to challenge the skies. All right, Skeletal Warriors are going to get taken down. No Graveyard, or the Graveyard was a bit delayed, meaning that the Crypt Fiends are going to be delayed as well, as we are finally going into the Slaughterhouse, training up Crypt Fiends, teching the Tier 3 by Happy. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 3. Keeper of the Grove has level 2 Entangle and could perhaps try and, well, stop some of those ghouls in their tracks. All right. Coming back around, Demon Hunter continuing to put pressure here. There goes an Entangle onto the Death Knight. Death Knight taking quite a bit of damage, trying to retreat back, unable to get away from that Demon Hunter as the archers are now backing up or pathing back the other way. There goes another Entangle, and Happy forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal in order to save his Death Knight. All right, big save there. That is going to buy opportunity for the Demon Hunter to perhaps get up to level 2, get evasion as well, as we are looking at that Dire Wolf, well, really racking up that damage. All right, needs to finish off some of these Forest Troll High Priests. A lot of damage being dished out to these lightly armored units. Demon Hunter is going to pick up the Tome of Intelligence, perhaps, or try and give it back to that Keeper of the Grove, as the Forest Troll Berserker does end up getting taken down. Worldwide qualification already underway. Yeah, Crota's unimpressed. I'm not what do you mean I'm unimpressed? In Germany this well, I don't think I'm gonna be invited. I think Grubby said that there's an open invitation from the Back to Warcraft guys to Grubby, so it would be great to see there. There will be a 10K LAN in Germany this year. I heard about it. So, well, I keep on dreaming of LAN events close to me, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Coming back around, a Keeper of the Grove, a Demon Hunter, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest making their ways back down to the south here. 3 o'clock position, perhaps trying to, clear out some difficult creep camps, but that creep camp still may be too much right now. Do you happen to know where, and is it open for in real life spectators? I don't know if all the details. I don't know all of the details, but I do know that it is currently being organized. I need to read up on it more. Hamburg. All right. All right. Keeper of the Grove absorbing, well, a Death Coil, Frost Nova, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest actually getting caught in, not the wake of the Frost Nova, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest was in front, but getting caught with the slow and then ending up getting picked off. What that couldn't be any better. All right, coming back through, Keeper of the Grove, Demon Hunter, ready to go. Expansion is already up and operational for Tho. He's been mining from it. Now he just needs to wait for that economic advantage to really carry him the rest of the way. All right, Ancient of Wind, Fairy Dragon's going to go ahead and get trained up as well. Death Knight, Lich making their way across here, trying to finish off some of the center creep camps. But unlike, well, so, yeah. All right, damage now getting racked up onto all of the Acolytes here. Expansion versus main base attacking. Demon Hunter getting up to level 3. Level 2 Mana Burn is going to be a big deal. Beautiful scroll, beautiful Death Coil at the last moment there. Demon Hunter really not using that Mana Burn as effectively as I would have thought. Could have Mana Burned at least the Obsidian statue, perhaps try and slowly win out in Wars of Attrition. Had maxed out mana, or was that because of Moonwells? Could have been because of Moonwells. But I believe he had plenty of opportunity to try and Mana Burn down some of those there. All right. Ogre Magi going to get cleaned up. We are now transitioning into mass air units. Fairy dragons are, well, magic immune units. Very powerful as well. Also can go into that flare state where they get additional armor, making them at least beefier against those crypt fiends who will try and web them down. Ancient of War absorbing quite a bit of damage. Death Knight comes across with a Death Coil, and here we are, Fairy Dragons ready to charge on in. Demon Hunter coming in from the side. There's a mana burn straight up onto the Lich. All right, there's a couple of webs going down here. Fairy Dragons trying to fight their way through as the Demon Hunter now trying to take down ghoul after ghoul after ghoul, and another mana burn goes down onto that Lich as well. Lich pretty much only an auto-attacking Orb of Corruption units here as the Cyclone picking up the Destroyer to try and neutralize all of the additional mana available. Death Knight now sitting at level 4. Demon Hunter may try to go back around, perhaps get a mana burn there as the Fairy Dragons are unable to easily counter. There's another heal again. I believe the Death Knight has used a potion of mana in order to get those death coils off. And now finally, well, getting mana burned and losing that last bit of mana again. Obsidian statues still joining in on the battle. More Fairy Dragons trying to mana flare down all of those Obsidian statues as the Death Knight now could be in trouble. Down to 162 hit points. He's trying to escape away, and he's going to escape away at 144 as the Demon Hunter, unsure of how to chase after all of these units. Obsidian statues. This Obsidian statue could end up getting taken down to 43. Should be down to dead here in just a moment as it double backs around into harm's way. Meanwhile, Lich, well, is pretty much in that frontline position. Demon Hunter wants to get a mana burn onto the Death Knight, ensuring that there is no more, no more Death Coil saves. Demon Hunter, however, doesn't have an Orb of Venom or any easy way to slow down this Lich in action. Death Knight gonna perhaps try to get in front there, but doesn't have enough mana because of that earlier mana burn, as damage is still racking up as on the Obsidian statue. Obsidian statue gonna get mana burn, gonna lose a bit of mana. Are we gonna see one more shot go down? Yes, it does, as getting in a little bit more experience again. Tho playing a great game off of 2 bases. Happy unsure of how to counter all of these Fairy Dragons that are in the air, as well the Demon Hunter constantly keeping that Death Knight in check with low mana, unable to get those burst heals down. All right, Fairy Dragons not known for their damage against Crypt Fiends, but if there's no way to heal those units, well, that damage really does start to add up. 46 supply compared to 51. Slightly larger army for Happy. And, well, Tho also only in low upkeep, losing a bit of gold because of that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Down to the south here, quick webbing down of that Fairy Dragon, shuts down that Fairy Dragon, unable to get back home. 53 supply army, or 53 compared to 49, but the army size of Happy is still slightly larger since he only has 6 workers as opposed to 15. Lich now getting up to level 4. Dark Ritual is on the table. I don't see a Dark Ranger anywhere in the cards. Perhaps going to try and pick one up as we are already at tier 3, and usually those skeletal minions, wait, the reason why there is no Dark Ranger is because it's a massive air army, and skeletal minions cannot get, cannot be generated from the air army here. So massive ground army, or the ground army are Treants and the Demon Hunter. The air army is just all of these Fairy Dragons, which, don't leave behind corpses, making it difficult for the undead. All right, though, Happy is in position, putting in pressure on this Tree of Life. Tree of Life, if it does end up getting taken down, is going to be a very, very big deal. There goes a Frost Nova down, blasting an Icy Chill across many of those wisps there, as now the Fairy Dragons are being brought over to the fight. Mana burn straight up onto the Death Knight. Death Coil saving a unit there as the Destroyers are all in position. More poking coming back across as the Obsidian statue now down to 122 hit points. It could easily get taken down. All right, level 5 now on that Death Knight. Obsidian statue back in the center of the fray, only to get shot down once more, as I believe all of the Obsidian statues are now gone. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now out of mana. Didn't have enough mana anyways, as more Fairy Dragons constantly getting webbed down, but in that mana flare mode, able to get that additional armor to try and protect themselves. Burrowing Crypt Fiends trying to stay alive as well. Is there an Obsidian statue nearby? I thought there was a little bit of healing going down still here, as Happy using those Forest Troll Berserkers to try and shut down those Fairy Dragons as well. Level 5 now on the Lich, And well, is that going to be the game? No, that is not the game. Both sides still fighting their way through. Keeper of the Grove is trying to pull back here. 47 supply compared to 32, and Happy looks like he's going to be able to inch out ahead here, finishing off unit after unit. There's another mana burn again. Demon Hunter unable to shut down all of the units long enough. And well, Happy is showing that he can win even if he doesn't have the obsidian statues. Many of the obsidian statues were mana flared and mana burned to death. Fairy dragons being able to finish off that last bit of damage. A new obsidian statue now joining in from back home to try and top off these crypt fiends. 50 supply compared to 39. I believe the tipping point has been reached. Happy will be able to neutralize the economic advantage that Tho has worked so hard to establish. And with that, be able to move on ahead. And there, in fact, is the game. Happy is victorious over Tho. That fight at the expansion, the crucial fight. And it felt like Tho was doing everything he needed to do. Shut down the obsidian statues, make sure that there isn't a lot of mana on everything else. But then it was the army of the undead, those crypt fiends, and those ghouls who were able to deal enough damage as the fairy dragons, as powerful and as much as they counter the strategy, well, wasn't able to dish out enough damage for the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.